Welcome back to the Pro Wrestling Escape podcast, your weekly escape into everything that gets our wrestling brains fired up. I'm Kyle, and this Saturday, WWE is reviving another gem. Saturday night's main event is back. Big matches, big stakes, big chaos, and everything we love, aside from all the commercials we're going to see. But before we jump in, I just want to keep it real for a second with everybody out there. You know, life moves fast. Life can be tough. I know that I've got two young daughters who I love, and they actually love wrestling as well. And a very understanding and beautiful wife. And I also have a full time job. Like I said, life is busy, but wrestling, this podcast, this is my escape. So if this show gives you that same break from the real world, hit the follow button on Spotify or Apple Podcast. And if you even drop a quick review, it does help more fans find the show and join the escape crew like yourself. Seriously, I appreciate you more than you could ever know. Now let's turn it to this week in WWE history. So for this particular week, this is just going back to 1985, the very first Saturday night's main event when it aired. You had Hulk Hogan, Roddy Piper, Mr. T, celebrities, craziness, and a vibe that told fans wrestling belongs on prime time television. Over the years, this show delivered iconic moments, title changes, betrayals, surprises that even shifted the entire company. It wasn't weekly TV like we get on Raw and SmackDown. It was the night WWE said, hey, pay attention, something special is happening. That legacy matters. It's the reason this Saturday does feel bigger than just another show. And we are going to get into it with our main event. Now, with this episode's main event, it's going to be the full preview and my predictions of the matches that are slated and scheduled as of this Wednesday. So the first match we're going to dive right into is CM Punk versus Jey Uso. We're going to start out with a bang. This is for the vacated World Heavyweight Championship. And remember what got us here. The title was vacated after Seth Rollins was attacked and forced out, meaning the belt is up for grabs. Punk earned his shot after a number one contender win. And then Jey Uso won the Battle Royal to be an additional challenger to the title. Now, there's speculation of chaos that Punk versus Jey might not end clean because of interference. We'll see. But what's at stake, obviously, is the vacated title. It just adds pressure. It's not just defending, it's claiming status. And for Punk, this is about his legitimacy, reaffirming himself. And the other night, my wife corrected me, and I said, oh, yeah, CM Punk can get his first title. And she said, well, he did, just didn't last very long. And that's how short his title reign was. So for Punk, I think this is a huge step for him. Now, for Jey, it's really still about proving himself. He can carry the singles world title. And his first title run was solid, but I think putting him back into the title storyline, I'm not so sure about. And what to watch for? Again, will interference happen? I don't know. I could see Jimmy playing a role. I could even see Roman playing a role. It just depends on how the storyline is going to play out for future feuds. And the finish, I don't know. It could be, like I said, it could be a setup for a future storyline. And the crowd reaction, who gets more heat and cheers? Are we going to see a heel turn of Jey Uso like he's kind of been sprinkling on each week? I don't know. But my prediction is CM Punk will win the gold. How? I don't know. Will it be clean? If CM Punk wins, probably. If Jey Uso wins, I don't think it'll be clean. But my prediction for this match, CM Punk will win. You got the big stage, you got the big name, and maybe it's a new era statement for Punk. Next match we have is Dominik Mysterio versus Penta versus Rusev. This is for the Intercontinental Championship Triple Threat. Now, what got us here? Dominik is the current Intercontinental Champion. Penta and Rusev both earned their way into title contention through various matches and interferences, and the match was upgraded to a triple threat by the GM, Adam Pearce. Now, what's at stake? Of course, the Intercontinental title has always been dubbed the workhorse title historically, and winning this will elevate the caliber of that holder. For Dominik, can he hold off two challengers and prove he's more than legacy in backing? For Penta and Rusev, it's kind of the same opportunity to shift their trajectory, one step closer to main event level recognition. And here's what we need to watch for in that match: the dynamics of a triple threat. You got bystanders, opportunistic pinfalls, chaos, people running in, Possible alliances or betrayals mid match. Now, will Dominik retain or the challengers pull the upset? My prediction, I think Dominik retains again, as much as I would love to see Rusev or even Penta win the title. Dominik's not going to win clean. I think they're just going to build off of him being sneaky, which is very on brand. In the next match, we have Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. Now, what got us here? Rhodes is the reigning champion and the face of the brand in many, many ways. And McIntyre is that proven contender, veteran, huge presence, the kind of opponent who can credibly challenge for the title and make you think, does he have a chance to actually win? Now, what's at stake? The main prize, of course, WWE Championship is the top title. Now, for Cody, it's maintaining his momentum, further cementing his top star status. And for McIntyre, it's regaining or even validating his place at the top tier. And here's what to watch for the finish. Is there going to be a major shift or will Cody stay champion? Some speculation points Cody retaining. I think that's a safe pick. Now, how does the story evolve? Does McIntyre's challenge plant seeds for a longer feud, or is this going to be a one-off? The match tempo with these two big names, I expect bigger spots and even more storytelling between the two. Now, my prediction for this match, I do think Cody wins the title. The story continues. His legacy will continue to climb. What I want to happen, I want to see Drew McIntyre win. I need to see a title change off of Cody, even if it's for Saturday night, Sunday night, and they have another match either on Raw or SmackDown, and Cody wins it back, even if that means Drew is just that transitional champ for 48 hours, or it can be until Survivor Series and they continue that build. I would love to see it. It's not going to happen, but I think Cody will retain. Hope I'm wrong. And the fourth match that is confirmed is Tiffany Stratton, current women's championship, versus Jade Cargill. Now, what got us here? Tiffany is the champ, and she has been the champ. And does she still have momentum? I don't know. To me, it's kind of a little stale. Nothing against her. I think it's more of just the storylines. And Jade recently turned heel on Friday Night SmackDown and attacked Tiffany, but that's what's setting the match up with tension. So there is kind of a backstory. It wasn't like previously when you had Stephanie Becker versus Tiffany Stratton, which I know is champion versus champion, but that was it. I don't think that was good at all. For this, at least, there's a little bit of bad blood between the two of them, with Jade turning heel. Now, the direction of this match is also going to be the direction if they take this women's division. It could define the next era, meaning if Jade wins that title, how long is she going to hold it for? And recent memory, WWE likes to keep the top titles on their top performers for at least 6 months out of the year. Now, for Tiffy Time, can she hold the title against this new aggressive challenger in Jade? And for Jade, this is perhaps her biggest chance yet, making the move from contender to champion. I do know behind the scenes that she has been working really, really hard in training, and I know her biggest knock is just her in-ring experience. And the more experience that she'll get, the stronger she'll be for an in-ring performer. Now, is this heel turn gonna pay off for Jade with the title win? Many odds actually favor her. Is Tiffany gonna shine again? I don't know. My prediction, I don't know, but my prediction is I think Jade Cargill is going to win the title. I think this will be one of the title changes for Saturday night's main event. It's going to be a dominant stamp on a new era for Jade. And I think it's time for Tiffy Time to maybe, I don't want to say take a back seat. That's not fair to her at all, but you got to see new champions. That's just me. Now, those are just the four matches that have been confirmed. Again, this is Wednesday as I'm recording this podcast. So if another one gets added, I'll address it in my story and provide my pick on there as well, and maybe see what you guys think. Now, there are three things I think that we need to watch for Saturday night's main event. Number one, the Salt Lake City crowd and their energy. This place doesn't get a ton of major shows. In fact, I did a quick search to see if WWE ever hosted a PLE or PPV pay-per-view in Salt Lake, and I could not find any. So if I'm wrong, please let me know when and where that or when that was in Salt Lake. So this is their biggest WWE event they've had on record. So when WWE tends to go to places for the first time, they really try to build something special. And I just know from Salt Lake City and where they're playing, where the Jazz play, Utah Jazz and the NBA team, that building can get extremely loud. So I think the Salt Lake City crowd is going to bring it. They're going to treat it like a pay-per-view. And if Jey Uso starts, cooking, we might get some of the loudest yeets of the year. Crowd energy matters. It matters when you're there. It matters when you're watching on TV. If the crowd is out of it, most likely I'm out of it too, because it just elevates what you're watching. It elevates the work. It changes how honestly the performers deliver too, because they feed off of that crowd energy. So Salt Lake City, you're on the clock. The second thing to look for is Survivor Series breadcrumbs. I mean, Survivor Series is the next pay-per-view, November 29th, and WWE rarely books a card this stacked. So without laying seeds for what comes next, who teams up? Who does a heel turn? Who does a babyface turn? What starts as a stare down or a backstage glare for those breadcrumbs? Would it explode into a War Games moment next month? Just watch the small stuff. Look for the camera cuts. Who interrupts who? Again, WWE loves the long-term chess these days, not checkers. And number 3, the big shock of the night. They have to have a big shock, right? It's on national television. Every great Saturday night's main event has had a moment. That thing you wake up talking about Sunday morning on social media. Could it be a surprise return? Could it be a heel turn? Could it be somebody getting screwed out of gold? And you know what? I'm going to go on record saying we're going to see a comeback. I don't know who. I have a few names in mind. We could see Gunther. We could see Chris Jericho. But I just have a feeling, and I could be completely wrong, and that's fine. But I feel like something is going to go down. You can clip this if I'm right. You can clip it if I'm wrong. I, I think some of these matches, I think, are going to be extremely emotional, and there could be too much history involved where we do see somebody coming out. All right, Escape Crew, we're set for a wild Saturday night. And again, if you're hyped like me, share this episode with a wrestling friend. Tag at Pro Wrestling Escape on Instagram or TikTok. And as always, don't forget a quick follow or review will help the show climb the ranks and reach even more diehards like you. This Saturday is going to be special, and I'll be back next week with the fallout and a couple of told you so moments. At least I hope I can, or I hope I do. And I will ask for your feedback on our Crowd Speaks segment next week. I want to get your take on the Saturday night's main event. This is your Pro Wrestling Escape. Thanks for hanging with me. Catch you after the chaos.